is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you today, of all places, from downtown Malaysia, where I'm over helping a client. As you guys know, I'm normally back in my Philippines office, but it's been awesome over here in Malaysia. And I'm still interviewing people from all over the world. And today I've got an amazing guest, and she's from my home country, Australia. And she's been doing what she's doing for a long, long time, and she's an expert in her field. Let me tell you a bit about her. Her name, a lovely name, her name is Estelle Grace Carroll. And Estelle's current role is a keynote speaker and business and leadership coach. She's been in the hair and beauty industry for a mere 20 years and still learning like me. A brief description: she helps ambitious salon owners create freedom of time and a profitable, scalable business with a high-performing team. And don't we all need a good team, guys? Key achievements or projects: Australian of the Year, amazing achievement. Rural Ambassador of the Year, sang with Phantom of the Opera, what an awesome show, and owned her own salon business, of course, so she knows all about the ins and outs of running a salon business, guys. What she doesn't know has not been invented yet, so reach out, have a chat to her. The worst you can do is have a virtual cup of coffee, and you'll come away learning a few things at least. Okay, personal motto or philosophy, she has the word decidership. Will help you achieve any goal. That's what, guys, you've got to decide what you want, guys, and then go for it. Interesting fact about herself: she's a classically trained singer. She lost 45 kg with gastric band surgery a while ago. Has 2 lovely children who are teenagers, so good luck with that. She lived in a regional town for 40 years, and she made the move finally to the big smoke. And she's now in Sydney, an awesome part of the world, very close to the heart of the city, actually, an area called Balmain. And she loves being on the stage and camera. And I've got all her socials here, and I'm going to put them across, guys. If you want to get your stars on Spotlight, think about it. A TV ad is $30,000. 10 radio spots are going to set you back $3,000 to $5,000. But you can come on Stars on Spotlight. We'll put you across Reddit, Quora, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course, YouTube with all your social media channels. We'll put you across the world and make you famous. And the cost of that is absolutely and totally free. We'll make you into a star if you're not already a star. Anyway, good morning, Estelle. How are you in Sydney today?
Good morning, Jeff. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of Stars on Spotlight. And it's a beautiful day. I'm really happy that we're removing all that chilly, wintry air and we're getting into the lovely springtime here in Sydney. So the blossoms are starting to come out.
The time is now, really, guys. Christmas is only about 100 days away, guys. Don't forget. Get ready, you know. Okay, let's start. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. What put you on this journey? Tell us all about it.
Well, I grew up on a dairy farm. So mum would go to work in her hair and beauty salon and dad was on the dairy farm. So my brother would help dad on the farm and I'd drive to work with my mum and help her in the hair and beauty salon. And so that's what started me out in the career of being in the hair and beauty industry. And I loved seeing that in a 30-minute appointment, how much my mum and her team could transform, in particular women. So when we would walk in with the woes of the world, the challenges that are on their mind, and they walk out just that little bit more confident because they feel beautiful. They look at themselves in the mirror and they think, oh, I got it going on, you know, and then when they feel more beautiful about themselves, then they're kinder to the people that they interact with. So it has that ripple effect. And I thought that was incredibly powerful and I wanted to be part of that. But I also love the stage and singing, and that came from my mum, which is quite typical of hairdressers, interestingly, is quite an anxious person. And you wouldn't expect that from hairdressers, that they don't like being around big groups of people. You assume that they love people, but when hairdressers are doing your hair, they're hiding in a way behind the tools and they're looking at you through the mirror. So she didn't want that for me. So she was quick into getting me into speech and drama, theatrical lessons and singing. So I was always a very confident individual. So the two of them are really combined now in that I keynote speak, but on the topic of the hair and beauty industry and running a business, and in particular, women in business is my sweet spot.
You do it so well. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how have you overcome that over the years?
Well, the challenging part is knowing that I've got got something that is going to change these women's lives and their businesses and the people around them. So I know that that's there, but for them to feel safe to ask for help, to feel like, no, this is okay. This is not a sign of failure to have a coach, but this is a sign of you're taking control of your life. Absolutely. And you want to have a different life. You know that you need to think differently, and we need support. We need a coach, a mentor. We need that guidance to do that. So the most challenging part is sort of is building that trust for them to see it's okay. You've got it. You're an incredible technician at what you do. I'm just going to help you show what things to polish up, and it will make an incredible impact.
Think about it, guys. Why does Tiger Woods have a coach? Why does Djokovic, the best tennis player in the world, have a coach? Why does anyone have a coach? So you can improve that. You don't know what my coach told me. It cost me $20,000 for this, guys. I'm going to give it to you for free. You don't know what you don't know. So if you want to know, ask for help. Ask people who do know, and you'd be surprised. People who are leaders in their field, a bit like Estelle here, you can reach out and have a cup of coffee and get to know a few things for free. They're always happy to share their success with you and help you. And then you can take it further and say, hey, I realise I don't know what I don't know. I'm going to pay Estelle to be my coach and mentor and probably double your business in the next 6 months. So moving on, tell us about an important moment in your career that pretty much changed the direction in what you're going and sort of made you move to Sydney. What's that all about?
Well, there's a couple of stories in there. I think what made a significant impact in change in my life was I was always a goal setter. So at the age of 15, I remember writing down in my diary for school that I'm going to be the world's best hairdresser. I'm going to have children, get married when I'm 21. I'm going to have children when I'm 27, 28. This is how my business is going to look. And when I'm 70, I'm going to be president of the CWA, and I'm going to go to the bus trip. So I had it all worked out. And I did lots of those things, apart from I haven't got to 70 yet. So I did all of those things. And I remember I got married in the Catholic Church. I did everything that I could feel proud of, and I felt my family were proud of. And I had my daughter, my first child. And I thought, I looked to my husband and I said, right, now we're going to organise to get Isabel into a private school, the school that I've always dreamed of, that I wrote down when I was 15. My children were going to go here.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, we can't. And as simple as that is, that said to me, that's it. But for me, I wanted to hear, we'll make it happen. We'll work together, make sure this happens.
I see this so often.
And so whilst it might seem quite simple and people think, oh, well, that's nothing. For me, it symbolized, if you want these things in your life, Estelle, you're going to have to decide and take the lead. So this is where the saying decidership comes from, where you decide what you want and how you want to get there. You create that plan, and then you take the leadership, self-leadership in yourself, and you hold yourself and others accountable to honor what you want. And so I did do that for 14 years and was able to send both my children to the private school. We went on wonderful holidays, had a beautiful time. And it wasn't until 12 months ago, actually, that I separated and met a lovely French man, and here I am in Sydney. So it's quite a lovely love story in the end. And he's an entrepreneur as well. So it's nice to have somebody that he's got that. Yep. And he would, if I turned to him, he'd say, let's do it. So I know I'd see beautiful houses on the cliff edges and say to my husband at the time, how could we have that? Oh, we can't have that. Whereas if I said it to my partner now, he'd say, let's find a way. That's what I want to be part of. Let's find a way.
Yeah. Tell me very quickly on a different subject, having sent your children to private schools, do you think it was a good choice now? Looking back, was it a good choice or not?
100%. I feel like it gave them an incredible grounding. It was great insurance to do my best for them. I'm really proud of that achievement. And they look back feeling really proud. They are now spending the last couple of years actually now in a private school,
Yes.
and whilst it's in a public school, and whilst it's still okay, they know the difference. They can
Yes.
see the difference. They appreciate that came with challenges to be able to do that. But it gave them experience of meeting quite a lot of people and an appreciation of music and the arts and sports to a different level that they know is not available here, even in Sydney.
I came across a saying the other day, Estelle, I'll share it with you. It was interesting when it says, cheap people go where there's cheap drinks. Right? Think about that. Cheap people go where there's cheap drinks. So if you go and get cheap drinks, guys, you're going to meet cheap people. In my case, back in the Philippines, I go to all the rooftop bars, all the five-star hotels, and you just rub shoulders with a different type of people. It's not about the status of it. It's just about feeling good, and you get dressed up and you go to these nice places and you feel great. You know, if I went wearing a suit, for example, to one of these cheap drink places, everybody else is in shorts and ripped t-shirts. So it's a big difference. Okay, moving on. In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have contributed to your success along the way? Apart from your mum's thorough grounding, what else contributed to your success along the way?
What contributed to my success is decidership over and over. So that's not just the one decision and you're done. You're consistently deciding on things and taking the lead for yourself and others in your life. And resilience. Like you fall down and dust yourself off and move on quickly. So the ability, I remember in Australia, there's this, you might remember, they have these things that blow right in the wind out the front of Harvey Norman to advertise. And I remember one of my mentors said, Stell, you're like that blowy thing. You fall down and then you're coming up like this trumps again. And I think
I love it.
Just dust yourself off, keep coming back up, fail faster. Yeah. Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, guys, think about it, guys. There's got to be rain before you can see a rainbow, right? And if you're at the lowest point of your life, think positive, think, hey, I can't go any lower. There's only one way, and it's up. And every step up that ladder, it feels so much better, guys. And let me assure you, guys, there's lots of room at the top. There's not many people up here. There's plenty of room at the top, so come on up, and I'll make you welcome. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your particular field?
Well, I surround myself with great like-minded growth mindset people. So like meeting great people like yourself from all different industries, my partners, an entrepreneur himself, my family are all in business. And the salon owners that I work with, they have such belief in me and wanting me to help guide them in their lives that it helps me also be better and better for them.
Awesome. Tell me a recent project, you've got so many, but a recent project or achievement that you're particularly proud of.
Boss Retreat. So we do it every year, and last year was in Port Douglas, gorgeous place. And this year it's going to be in Sydney, and it's in a few weeks' time. So we do this as an annual event where salon owners from all over the world can come along and they mix with my boss community. And that's great fun for them to share and collaborate on the wins through the year. Like there's not many people that you can say, oh, I made 20,000 last week, or we've hit the 1 million, or we've hit the 2 million in our salon, unless they're business people, unless they're entrepreneurs like you, that they want to high five you. They say, how did you manage that? And then you can share with some strategies, and you get some strategies off them. So it's just the room buzzes with that, and they leave with this workbook of their plan for the next 12 months.
We'll have to set you up one. I'll help you. We'll have to set you one up next year or the year after. We'll have to set you one up in Asia. Then you've got people, that's the center of the world, and you've got people coming from everywhere, and I'll help you set one up.
All right, Jeff, you're on.
What advice would you give someone aspiring to follow up in your footsteps? What advice would you give them?
Invest in you.
Absolutely. That's great advice. Hear that,
invest
guys?
in you.
Listen to that again. Invest in you. Invest in yourself. Guys, forget about a house or a car. The best investment you could ever make is in yourself. Quick story, guys. I have $200,000 worth of books back in Australia in my little personal library. right? I just tell my kids, this is a true story, the money's in the books. And my kids never ever really got it, but I kept on telling them, don't listen to your dad. They wouldn't pick up a book. I tell them the money's in the books. So what I did some 25 odd years ago, I started every week, I put $50 or $100 in one of the books every week for more than 15 odd years, right? And the money's still there today. And I tell you now, my two kids, lovely as they are, have never picked up one of those books. And I know one day, when I pass on, they'll probably go, oh, Dad's gone now, we can get rid of all those bloody books. They'll probably give them to the men's hostel or something. Can you imagine the joy of someone reading a book, all of a sudden an old $50 note or $100 note falls out? So that's my legacy to the world, all right? And the money's, don't forget, guys, the money's in the books. I'm not going to tell you my address, all right?
Well, I want to put a disclaimer with mine, because when I say invest in yourself, the next part is take action. So there's so many that I see that have got diplomas, certificates, this course, that course. I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah, overachievers, yeah, I get them.
Oh my gosh. But the important thing is that what do we take action on those things fast? Don't wait for it to be perfect. Just do it, learn from that, tweak, do it again.
That's it. And test and measure, guys. I got a saying, I got this from Stu Leonard, an American. I got it from his webinar, and it was this: try it for a month. In other words, try something different for a month, and you'll be surprised. If it works, keep it, make more money. If it doesn't work, get rid of it and go and do something else for a month. Something interesting I did recently. I don't like walking, guys. I got to walk. I'm an old, overweight guy, so I have to get out and walk every day and look after myself a bit. And I got bored, so I went to ChatGPT and I said, "Hey, give me 5 30-minute walks from my house in different directions." And ChatGPT gave me 5 different walks, and then all of a sudden it became fun again because I was exploring and finding all new different ways to go. So guys, just do it. And one thing that Estelle hasn't mentioned, but she knows it, get a mentor, guys. Get a mentor. Right? Reach out to people, like if you're in the beauty or salon industry, get a mentor like Estelle to help you. And she's been there and done it. So don't make the mistakes she made. She'll tell you all about the mistakes on the way through. All right, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? You're going to become president, or what are you going to do?
No, not president, but I would like to be on television. When I was in primary school, I wanted to be Yarn Event. So I'm not sure if you remember who Yarn Event was.
She interviewed me. I know all about Yarn Event. All right, go ahead.
Oh, well, there we go. So I wanted to be on television. So if that means that I'm on television talking about women in business, leadership, decidership, if I can spread the word on how you take control of yourself and your life, and that might mean losing the 45 kilos, being able to scale your business, be able to move out of having a mediocre life, which I had, to be able to be living in joy and in love. And for me, like learning how to, I was a mum, so I was Estelle the boss, then Estelle the mum, but it was only until I was 42 that I learned about being Estelle the woman. And that's incredible that it took to that age to do that, but get the steps of that.
A quick backstory, guys. I had a motivational speaker when I was about 7 or 8. I had a motivational speaker. Believe it. How's that? How lucky was I? And my motivational speaker, he's not here today. You'll see why in a minute. I had a motivational, he used to comb my hair, and I didn't comb my hair this morning, guys. I got up early, very early here. And he'd comb my hair every morning, and he'd say to me, "Shit, you're an ugly kid." That was my motivational talk every day to get me started. What a motivation that was. Then I used to go to school. Yeah, I used to go to school, guys, before school started. I'd go to school, and the kids would beat me up because I had glasses, and they called me Four Eyes back in the days. They'd beat me up. So then I started not taking my glasses to school and hide them in the grass on the way to school. And then, of course, when I got to school, I couldn't see the blackboard. That's another story. So I get it, guys. I get it. And guys, every man's got a story. I've got a question for you. How many TV stations have you rang and said, "Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I've got a really good story to tell. I'd love to come on the breakfast show"? How many TV stations have you rung?
One.
One?
One. Just one.
And what happened?
Oh, we'll get, yes, we must do that. We'll get back to you. And I've been banging on their door ever since. But
Awesome.
I'm persistent and I will keep going.
Get your book
Don't you
out,
worry.
write them down. You're going to ring them all. You're going to ring them all, and you're going to ring up the top radio stations as well. You're an awesome guest. You've really started my day off on a really good note. It's nice to have someone so positive, you know. And guys, if you haven't got someone positive in your life, change your life. It's simple. Like Estelle did, just change your life, guys. Look, this, and by the way, guys, it's not a dress rehearsal. We're not coming back. So if you don't enjoy it, that's on you. All right. Tell our people here, how can they reach out and find out more about your awesome work and get to chat to you and be motivated like I have been? What's the best
Oh,
one?
excellent. So you can find me on Instagram, Estelle_boss coaching or Estelle Grace. You can also find me, Estelle Carroll, on Facebook and LinkedIn as well.
Awesome. Awesome. And don't forget, guys, we'll also be putting this show up onto YouTube with all Estelle's links, and she'll become famous all over the world, just like you could as well if you want to come on the show. Before we wrap it up, we told us a lot of fun things, but tell us another fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
Oh, well, a fun fact. Wow. Oh, do you know?
Don't tell me I put you on the spot. Tell me you're stuck for words. I don't believe it.
I got to sing. Because I'm a singer, I got to sing with Rob Guest, who played the Phantom for the many years in Phantom the Opera. I thought that was an incredible, spectacular dream experience for a female vocalist to be able to do that. But I'm going to tell you one more thing that is quite random, that when people ask for a fun fact, I say, is I did this Lady Betty's hair for many, many years, and then she passed. Her daughter came in and we were talking about her passing. I sent my condolences, and then I said, would you like me to do her hair for her one last time? And it was an inner voice came out of me. I had no control of it. As it's coming out of my mouth saying, would you like me to do your mother's hair who has just passed? Yeah. I'm saying to myself, what on earth are you saying, woman?
That's awesome.
But I went to the funeral parlor and I did Betty's hair for the very last time before she was buried, and it was the most
what a wonderful person you are. What a wonderful person you are. That's a great story. Quick one, guys, on Phantom of the Opera. I knew it was such an awesome show, and I'm like Estelle, I'm an achiever. I booked Phantom of the Opera 2 years ahead. I knew it would go for a long time. And people said, 2 years ahead, are you crazy? I got the best seats in the house on the balcony, dead center, where you can look down the orchestra pit, the whole 9 yards, right? And I bought 4 tickets. And my partner said, well, who are you going to take? I said, I don't know. Whoever's around at the time, let's hope you're still here. And I got the shock of my life. I still can tell you this. When the big chandelier swings down, I didn't know about this. And it virtually, I felt like it brushed the top of my head because I'm quite tall. I was up the top. It virtually brushed my head. I got the shock of my life. So
magnificent.
I love that.
Go again.
It's an awesome. If you get a chance to see it, guys, Phantom of the Opera. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen. And it's a moving experience, literally. Estelle, you've been an awesome guest. I'm going to wrap it up now. Any last words for our wonderful listeners?
Step into decidership. So decide what you want for your life and take the leadership and self-leadership and lead others to honor what it is that you want in your life. Make it happen.
All right. Thanks, Estelle. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye.